A lot of times I think if you can reflect on your own culture, it helps to give you a strong base first, and how you can look at what are some of the similarities between other cultures, as well as look at some of the differences. My name is David O'Connor. I am the American Indian Studies consultant here at the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction. I am a very, very proud educator, but I'm also an Anishinaabe. Born and raised on the Bad River Band Spirit Chippewa Reservation, which is in Odena. What you cooking for me in there?
Oh, making chicken noodle soup.
It smells so good. It smells so good. Good memories all the time, like I said, with a lot of good friends. Doing things we loved and enjoyed.
This will always be my home. Madison is my home now too. But when I do get an opportunity to come up north, I really enjoy it because I really do miss the area a lot. So one of the first things I always think about when I come up here is Lake Superior itself.
When I'm here listening to the waves crash against the shore, it just reminds me that we just need to constantly just reflect and sit back and just enjoy the little things. If you have a strong foundation and have an understanding of who and where you come from, it helps you understand communities or cultures that may be different from your own. It is a challenge. I also think that's
It's about beauty.
It's a beauty too. It is. It's a challenge, but it's awesome because to me, that's the reality of the world, right? A lot of times we're going to have multiple perspectives. One of the main aspects of my role here at the agency is to talk about the history, culture, and tribal sovereignty of Wisconsin American Indian nations and communities in our state. And so one aspect of that is trying to make sure that people know how to define the word culture before they actually engage in teaching it. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I define culture as relationship or relationships plus meaning. Culture is everywhere. It's all around us. And it makes up multiple aspects of us as individuals. So as a human being, I have multiple cultures, not a culture. I love comics. I'm a DC guy, but for me, it's always been about Superman, Batman. When I think about teaching about cultures, that's more the foods, festivities, heroes, and holidays. When I think about teaching culturally, that's where an educator is becoming a guide with their students, meaning that they are learning along the way with them. And so I'm not trying to tell teachers don't teach about cultures, but I don't want them to stop there. I want them to look at it as the starting place. Think about the 3 I's. So the 3 I's is include, integrate, and infuse. So when I look at the word include, that's a stage where you may take a resource or two and may use it to help support your instruction, but you feel like you lack content. When I look at the integrated stage is where you're starting to build up your content or information for your learning. You take a couple resources and you plug them in at certain parts of the year, but it's not where it's just natural yet. And when I look at infusion, you as an educator are naturally taking information and not just including it at a certain part of the year, but including it throughout the year. When I think of why it's important about teaching about First Nations, I want educators to know we're still here. But even more importantly, we've always been here. And with that being said, we've always shaped Wisconsin, historically, presently, as well as in the future we will. We have a story to tell. I think storytelling is one of the most important things. And I always tell teachers, don't look at it from a lens of telling someone else's story, but telling your story. Tell the story, but why you're interested in this content. Once we have an opportunity to learn about other communities or our peoples across our state, that's how we truly understand what Wisconsin is all about.